Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 9 on Fargo CW.
Breaking news this evening, the North Dakota Department of Transportation and Highway Patrol issued a new travel alert. This is for northeastern North Dakota due to blowing and drifting snow causing reduced visibility. Cities included in the travel alert are Grand Forks, Grafton, Pembina, Cavalier, and surrounding areas. A travel alert means motorists can still travel in these areas, but should be advised of rapidly changing conditions. Motorists are encouraged to reduce speeds and drive according to these conditions. But how long are these conditions going to last, and will we get a warm-up at all this week? Robert Hahn joins us now to tell us what we can expect tomorrow along with the rest of the week. I'm hoping you have some good news over there, Robert.
Eventually some good news, but as we take a live look outside on the CorwinAuto.com Valley Skycam, part of the Storm Team Skycam network, looking up towards the northwest, towards the airport, still a lot of snow blowing around out there, reducing visibilities and continuing those slick conditions on many area roadways. -2 now. Feels more like -27 winds out of the north and northwest at a 25, also -2 in Moorhead. -4 up in the Cavalier area, 2 below in Devils Lake, -3 in Grand Forks, 0 Roseau, Badette, Fergus Falls, and in Jamestown. Winds strong and gusty. They're going to stay strong and gusty out of the north as we head through tonight through much of the day tomorrow. Wind chills as cold as 27 below in Fargo, 29 below in Grand Forks, -25 in Hallock, and -23 up in the Devil's Lake Basin. A few clouds out there and still a few light flurries and light snow showers falling out of those clouds. Too light for the radar to pick up in most cases. Steadier snow well off towards the east and off towards the south, and it's going to continue to move on away from us. That's the leading edge of the Arctic air for us as we head through the night. The big story is going to be the cold, getting very cold overnight tonight. And again, those winds remain strong and gusty. We're going to see some dangerously cold wind chills as cold as 30 to 50 below by tomorrow morning. And don't look for much of a warm-up as we head through the day tomorrow. High temperatures remaining below 0. Strong and gusty winds stick around. We're going to see wind chills throughout the day tomorrow. 20 to 40 below. Winds finally start to slowly subside by late tomorrow evening, but temperatures remaining well below 0. Because of the very cold wind chills, wind chill warning in effect for much of the region. Wind chill advisory for our far eastern counties. Dangerously cold overnight. Here in Fargo, we'll start off today -18 on your Monday. And again, those wind chills 30 to 50 below, remaining 20 to 40 below throughout the day. High of -10 later on in the day. Picture of the day, some of the snow from earlier today, fresh snowfall in Fargo. Thanks to Donna for sending that in. Going to use that as the backdrop to our 7-day forecast tomorrow. Frigid. Not as cold Tuesday, and then watch what happens. Temperatures rise Tuesday night into Wednesday, and they continue to rise. How about some low 30s on Friday, and cooling down with temperatures falling on Saturday with a few more flakes around, and 10 on Sunday.
You really did have good news.
That's some pretty good news, yeah.
Yeah, that's warm.
You know, wind chill right now about 27 below, 33 on Friday.
That's a
60
huge
degrees.
difference.
60 degrees.
I don't need to wear snow pants just to walk into work.
Yeah.
Thank you, Robert.
You got it.
Minnesota Highway State Patrol was busy with a 2-vehicle accident this afternoon in Moorhead. It occurred on eastbound I-94 near exit 1B just before 3 p.m. There were reports that one person had a head injury, but that has not yet been confirmed. No word if road conditions played a role in the accident.
This is what was showing and what we were removed from the restaurant for.
At yesterday's soft opening for Chick-fil-A, a Fargo mother was kicked out of the restaurant. Valley News Team's Ashley Holcomb spoke with the mom and restaurant to find out what happened. Ashley, what's going on?
It was a day that was meant to be a celebration, but it turned into a confrontation.
You're doing nothing wrong. She can't do this to you.
That's what Macy Hornung was saying to herself while she was being asked to leave Chick-fil-A. She and her family attended the Fargo location's soft opening, and while Hornung breastfed her daughter, she was approached by the location's owner, Kimberly Flam.
She said, "You need to cover or get out."
But she says her daughter doesn't react well to being covered.
She will scream, she will fight, she will rip the blanket off. She will do anything she can to not be covered.
Hornung says she tried to tell Flam North Dakota's breastfeeding laws, which say a woman has the right to breastfeed her child in any location that they would otherwise be permitted. Hornung is still dealing with the trauma.
I've had panic attacks because of it.
But she says she is proud that she stood up for her family.
I want to show my daughter how to be a strong woman.
And she believes every mother should stand up for their families too.
I feel that each mother has the right to choose what is best for her and her child.
I reached out to Chick-fil-A and Kimberly Flam said, "My goal is to provide a warm and welcoming environment for all of my guests, and I sincerely apologize for the way I handled this situation."
And Chick-fil-A will officially open on January 18th. Thank you, Ashley. A deadly stabbing in central Minnesota and one suspect has been arrested. The stabbing happened yesterday morning around 8 a.m. at a senior living community in Crosby. According to the police, the suspect, identified as 37-year-old David Michael Odie, was taken into custody afterwards. According to an employee of the facility, the woman stabbed was an employee and Odie reportedly is a relative of hers. The victim was pronounced dead on the scene. A fire left one garage a total loss and damaged the adjacent home to it. It happened in Polk County, about 10 miles east of Warren and Brant Township yesterday. A home adjacent to the garage sustained heat damage, but there were no reports of injuries. The cause of the fire is believed to be a wood furnace in the garage. A new CBS poll found that 76% of Americans surveyed said President Trump's reported profane comments during immigration negotiations last week were inappropriate. But this morning, a Republican in that meeting denies they were ever spoken. As CBS News' Laura Podesta explains, the tension over immigration issues could impact efforts to reach a budget deal before a major deadline.
Arkansas Republican Senator Tom Cotton attended the immigration meeting where the president is accused of calling several African nations, El Salvador and Haiti, expletive whole countries. On Face the Nation Sunday, Cotton denied ever hearing that language.
I didn't hear it, and I was sitting no further away from Donald Trump than Dick Durbin was.
But Senator Durbin, a Democrat, has said he clearly heard those words spoken by the president.
They were vile, hate-filled, and clearly racial in their content.
Representative Mia Love, a Republican, is the first Haitian American to be elected to Congress.
I still think that he should apologize. I think that there are people that are looking for an apology, and I think that that would show real leadership.
President Trump has denied making the remarks. On Twitter Sunday, he wrote, "I, as president, want people coming into our country who are going to help us become strong and great again." Democrats are demanding an immigration deal that protects undocumented immigrants who entered the country as minors. But the president tweeted, "DACA is probably dead because the Democrats don't really want it." DACA, or Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals, has been linked to spending negotiations. With Friday's deadline to prevent a government shutdown approaching, several Democrats, including John Lewis from Georgia, have said they won't vote for a budget deal until there is an agreement on DACA. Laura Podesta, CBS News, New York.
And in other news tonight, about 50 airmen from the Fargo Base 119th Wing will return to North Dakota. The group of Happy Hooligans is returning from a 6-month overseas deployment in Southwest Asia, and they will arrive tomorrow morning around 1 a.m. at the North Dakota Air National Guard base ramp. They are part of the nearly 150 Happy Hooligans who deployed in 2017, which was the unit's largest deployment since the Korean War. Well, the Minnesota Vikings beat the New Orleans Saints today in the NFL playoffs in dramatic fashion. A last-second touchdown kept the Vikings season alive. Wide receiver Stephon Diggs making an improbable catch as time expired, giving the Vikings their first playoff win since 2009. In sports on Valley News Live at 10, Alex Egan will have complete highlights and reaction as the Vikings move to the NFC Championship game. And a sea of purple flooded many bars in the area, with Vikings fans cheering on their home team. Fans got excited for their team, especially after tonight's big win, and they have some high hopes for the end of the season. We stopped by the Tailgaters Bar in Fargo before the game and spoke to a couple Vikings fans. All the ones we spoke with say they are pretty confident that their team will be heading to the Super Bowl. But one doesn't want to get his hopes up.
The Vikings are winning. I think they'll go all the way. I have a good feeling, yeah. I have a good feeling, I do.
I've never ended a football season happy, though.
These fans agree that this has been an exciting season for the team. And meanwhile, getting into the spirit of things after Minnesota Senator Amy Klobuchar made a desert-based bet with Louisiana Senator John Kennedy on the Vikings game against the Saints, St. Paul-based Kemps stepped up with a one-of-a-kind prize. Had the Saints beat the Vikings, Klobuchar's office would have had to deliver Kemp's Purple Power ice cream to Kennedy. Purple Power is purple-colored vanilla ice cream filled with chocolate footballs and was created specifically for the bet. But since the Vikings took the match in a 29-24 win, Kennedy now has to deliver a king cake to Klobuchar. Still ahead tonight, an earthquake in Peru left 1 dead and many injured. We have an update on the relief efforts that are now underway.